There's a place on this planet that shouldn't exist. A landmass that appears on maps, disappears for years, then reappears, sometimes in a different location entirely. It has been documented by explorers, spoken of by sailors, and even spotted on satellite imagery, yet every time an expedition is launched to find it, there's nothing but open ocean. Some call it the Phantom Island, others believe it's proof of a government cover-up, and a few claim it's something even stranger, something beyond our understanding. Because the question isn't just why does this island disappear? It's who or what is making it disappear. For centuries, maps have recorded the existence of lands that no longer exist. Some are written off as mistakes, old navigational errors, miscalculations by ancient cartographers. But what if they weren't mistakes at all? Take Sandy Island, for example, a landmass in the Pacific Ocean first recorded in the 19th century. It appeared on maps for over a century, recognized by both naval and scientific organizations. But when researchers attempted to locate it in 2012, it was gone. Not submerged, not eroded, just gone. A stretch of ocean where an island should have been. How does that happen? And then there's Bermeja Island, a small but strategically significant landmass in the Gulf of Mexico. It was marked on maps for centuries, until suddenly it wasn't. Mexico even sent official expeditions to locate it, but no trace of Bermeja was ever found. Some theories suggest it was deliberately removed, sunk using advanced technology, or erased from existence to manipulate maritime borders. Could governments be making islands disappear? And if so, why? But disappearing islands aren't just a modern phenomenon. Sailors from centuries past spoke of lands that would rise from the ocean, only to vanish days later. In Polynesian mythology, there are stories of floating islands that move across the sea, always staying just out of reach. Could these myths be based on real phenomena? And if so, what kind of force is at play here? And then, there's the most unsettling possibility, that these islands don't disappear at all, but instead, move. Some researchers believe certain land masses could be shifting due to unknown geological forces, deep sea activity, or even something more mysterious. Could they be remnants of lost civilizations? Could they be connected to ancient knowledge we've long forgotten? Or is something preventing us from discovering what they truly are? But here's where it gets even stranger. Over the years, reports have surfaced of islands that don't just vanish, but appear where none existed before. One of the most famous cases? An island known as High Brazil, an elusive landmass in the North Atlantic. For centuries, it appeared on maps, visited by sailors who described it as a paradise. But then, just as suddenly as it was found, it was gone. Today, researchers believe it never existed. But how do we explain the consistent reports, the identical descriptions, and the fact that it was mapped again and again over generations? Did High Brazil really disappear, or did it slip into another dimension, one we can no longer access? And then, there's the possibility no one wants to consider. What if these islands aren't disappearing at all? What if they're being hidden? Could there be forces at play, human or otherwise, that don't want us discovering these places? Could some of these land masses be home to ancient ruins, secret government bases, or even civilizations we were never meant to find? Some theorists believe disappearing islands could be linked to portals, dimensional shifts, or advanced cloaking technologies. Science fiction? Maybe. But then again, 100 years ago, the idea of an island vanishing into thin air would have sounded just as impossible. The ocean holds more secrets than we can imagine. We've explored more of space than we have of our own deep sea. And yet, we continue to hear these stories of islands that come and go, that shift and move, that seem to obey rules beyond our understanding. Could the answer be geological, political, supernatural? Or are we simply not asking the right questions? If islands can appear and disappear without a trace, what else is hiding just beyond our reach?